There's a huge difference between being a founder and being a highly effective CEO. It's a difficult transition to make, and the first-time CEOs who fail to make that shift are the ones who get stuck in the weeds, become burnt out, and bottleneck growth. If you want to avoid that happening, then in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 biggest mindset shifts you need to make to transition from founder to CEO. These are based on the work that I've done coaching first-time CEOs in 18 different countries to become the leader their business needs. Mindset shift number 1 is changing your perspective on what work actually is. Because when you're a founder, you can get away with doing everything. If anything, you need to if you want to build momentum and grow. If you allow yourself to be over-involved when you scale though, it's not a matter of if, but when you're going to bottleneck growth. The reason this happens is when you're first starting out, you get used to the hustle and grind of getting stuff done. You find comfort in ticking stuff off and moving things forward. As a CEO though, a lot of your role is going to need to be spent strategizing, empowering your team, and steering the ship from a top level. The problem with a lot of these tasks though is they don't actually feel like work, because when you step back to plan, to process problems, to find solutions, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything. And this is where a lot of first-time CEOs will self-sabotage because they feel guilty and convince themselves they should be doing something else, even though this is where their time has the greatest impact. And this is why if you want to be a highly effective CEO, you have to redefine your role. And that means coming to terms with the fact that you're no longer the one doing the doing and getting comfortable with people taking items off your plate. Because if you don't, you'll continue being pulled back in the weeds, wasting your time on low leverage tasks and not doing the things that actually drive growth. Mindset shift number 2 is getting out of a reactive state. When you're a founder, a big factor in your initial traction is going to be your ability to see a problem, dive in and fix it. If you try and operate this way as CEO though, all that's going to happen is your days will become about endless firefighting, solving other people's problems, and you'll create a culture where everything relies on you. Not only that, but as you've no doubt seen, there's no way you can make the right decisions or handle situations as your best self when you're in that high stressed reactive state. That's because there's a huge difference between a reaction and a response. A reaction is impulsive and driven by emotion, whereas a response is processed and controlled. And this is why if you want to be a highly effective CEO, you have to stop reacting and start responding. The way we make this shift in my Evolve program is step number 2 in the process is developing a CEO mindset that's grounded in a state of response. Because by up-leveling your way of thinking to develop the awareness of what's going on around you, that way when a challenge comes up, rather than you just reacting and diving in, you can stop, you can process the situation, you can understand what's going on, and only then choose how you respond to it. By doing so, you can get off that roller coaster ride of ups and downs, and it can give you the ability to stay calm and grounded regardless of the chaos going on around you. Mindset shift number 3 is learning to slow down. Because when you're running a company, it's easy to get stuck in a cycle where you're working 60+ hour weeks and your focus is just on getting through the day. The thing is though, what you went through is your greatest opportunity for growth, as it's filled with insights and lessons on how you can improve to get better. After all, you can't see the battle if you're just stuck in the trenches. This is why when I'm working with my private clients, I track the entire journey. Everything from how they handled tough conversations to where their day got away from them, how they dealt with different challenges and setbacks. Then in our weekly calls, we take time to break down the situation, looking at how they navigated it, what they need to learn to do better the next time. And this is how we build their confidence and intuition. The benefit of having the weekly calls as well is it forces them to slow down, process problems, and figure out a plan of how they're going to deal with them going forward. The way I always frame this for people is it's a lot like an elite athlete going back and watching old game footage. In doing so, that's how they figure out how to improve and get an edge. And if you want to be a highly effective CEO, you need to treat your development in the same way, where you give yourself time to slow down, to reflect on what happened, and really figure out how to improve for the future. So there you have it. Those are 3 mindset shifts you need to make when transitioning from founder to CEO. These are going to go a long way to helping you become more effective in your role. But obviously though, these are just scratching the surface, because if you want to become the leader your business needs, you need to change your thinking and way of operating in everything from how you empower your team to the way you make decisions to defending your time and really ensuring you're spending your days in the things that drive growth. All of that's going to be out of the realm of what we can cover in this video, but if you want to stop thinking like a founder and start operating like a highly effective CEO, then my Evolve program may be for you. It's working directly with me where I'm going to help you become the leader your business needs to take it to the next level of success. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then in the description I'll post a link where you can set up a time to speak directly to me to see if working together is going to be the right fit.